Welcome to the Word a Day English podcast.
The podcast where you improve your English through clear, natural conversations.
I'm Maya.
And I'm Daniel.
Today's episode is for B1 English learners.
You will hear useful vocabulary, everyday expressions, and natural B1 grammar in context.
You do not need to understand every single word.
First, listen for the main idea. Then notice how the speakers connect their ideas.
Are you ready?
Let's begin.
Today we are talking about planning, changing arrangements, and staying flexible.
We will follow a natural conversation, review useful expressions, and finish with speaking and listening practice.
Scene 1. Are you still coming to the concert tonight?
I hope so, but I may have to stay late at work. What happened?
A client asked us to correct an order before the office closes. Do you think you will finish by 6?
If everything goes well, yes, but I might be a little late. Should I wait outside the venue?
Maybe meet me inside. That way you will not have to stand around.
That is a useful situation because it could happen in real life.
Yes, and notice that the speakers did more than give short answers.
They explained reasons, reacted to new information, and adjusted their ideas.
That is exactly the kind of communication B1 learners should practice. Scene 2. Good idea. I can leave your ticket at the front desk if necessary.
Perfect. That takes the pressure off. Have you seen this band live before?
No, I have never seen them live, so I really do not want to miss it. Then let us make a backup plan.
Okay. If I am not there by 7:30, go ahead without me. Fair enough. Just text me as soon as you know.
I will. Thanks for being flexible.
That is a useful situation because it could happen in real life.
Yes, and notice that the speakers did more than give short answers.
They explained reasons, reacted to new information, and adjusted their ideas.
That is exactly the kind of communication B1 learners should practice. Scene 3. Plans change all the time.
True. I used to get stressed when that happened, but I am getting better at adapting. What if the client call takes longer than expected?
Then I will skip dinner and go straight to the concert. And if you finish early?
Then we can grab something to eat near the station. That sounds sensible.
I like having two options instead of one fixed plan.
That is a useful situation because it could happen in real life.
Yes, and notice that the speakers did more than give short answers.
They explained reasons, reacted to new information, and adjusted their ideas.
That is exactly the kind of communication B1 learners should practice. Now let's review 5 useful expressions from today's conversation.
Expression, work out.
It means to end successfully or develop in a good way.
Example, I try to use work out naturally when I explain a real situation.
Now make your own sentence with work out.
Expression, go ahead.
It means to continue or lead before another person.
Example, I try to use go ahead naturally when I explain a real situation.
Now make your own sentence with go ahead.
Expression, as soon as.
It means immediately after something happens.
Example, I try to use as soon as naturally when I explain a real situation.
Now make your own sentence with as soon as.
Expression, take the pressure off.
It means to make a situation feel less stressful.
Example, I try to use take the pressure off naturally when I explain a real situation.
Now make your own sentence with take the pressure off.
Expression, fair enough.
It means used when you accept that something is reasonable.
Example, I try to use fair enough naturally when I explain a real situation.
Now make your own sentence with fair enough. Let's pause for AB1 language focus.
At B1 level, the goal is not only to give short answers. Try to explain reasons, contrast ideas, and add examples.
Useful connectors include because, although, however, so, while, and if.
For example, I wanted to go, but I was tired, so I stayed home.
Or, although the plan changed, we still had a good evening.
You can also say, in my opinion, the main reason is, or on the other hand.
Repeat these sentence starters aloud.
In my opinion.
The main reason is.
On the other hand.
It depends on.
If I had to choose, I would.
I used to, but now
I've already, but I haven't, yet.
These starters help you move from short A1 and A2 answers to fuller B1 answers.
Here is a model answer.
Question: do you prefer planning everything or being flexible?
Short answer, I prefer planning.
B1 answer: I usually prefer planning because it helps me feel organized. However, I try to stay flexible when something unexpected happens.
The longer answer gives a reason and adds a contrast. Try to do the same when you speak.
Now let's do a short speaking practice. Answer aloud if you can.
Question 1. What would you do in a similar situation?
Pause and answer in 1 or 2 complete sentences.
A possible answer is, I would stay calm, look at my options, and explain the situation clearly because that usually helps me make a better decision.
Question 2. Describe a time when a plan, habit, problem, or decision changed unexpectedly.
Try to use past simple in one connector such as because, although, or so.
A possible answer is, last month my plan changed because a meeting finished late, so I called my friend and we met at a different time.
Question 3. Give your opinion about today's topic.
Start with in my opinion and give at least one reason.
A possible answer is, in my opinion, being flexible is important because real life does not always follow our original plan.
Before we finish, listen to this short B1 story connected to planning, changing arrangements, and staying flexible.
Alex had a clear plan for the day, but something unexpected happened in the afternoon.
Instead of reacting immediately, Alex checked the situation, considered two options, and asked another person for advice.
The first option was faster, but it was more expensive. The second option took longer, but it was easier to manage.
After thinking about the advantages and disadvantages, Alex chose the second option and felt more confident about the decision.
Question 1. Did Alex make a decision immediately?
No. Alex checked the situation and considered different options first.
Question 2. What was the difference between the two options?
The first was faster but more expensive. The second took longer but was easier to manage.
Question 3. Why did Alex feel more confident?
Because Alex had compared the options before making the final decision.
Excellent work. Remember that at B1 level, understanding the main idea is more important than understanding every word.
Listen again and notice the phrases you missed the first time.
Then choose two expressions and use them in your own sentences.
Thank you for listening to the Word a Day English podcast.
Keep listening.
Keep practicing.
And keep using your English in real situations.
See you in the next B1 episode.
Bye.
Bye.